Hey, what's up, comic culture? It's your boy, CBM, in the house and the place to be. And welcome to the debut of my comic book channel, Indie Key Comics, where we collect, reflect, and invest in indie key comic books. And for today's premiere episode, I've got a classic one for you. I've got a CBCS versus CGC unboxing. And the comic book at hand, Voltron Issue 1 First Appearance CBCS 9.0 versus a Voltron Issue 1 First Appearance CGC 9.0. Same exact book. So let's get to that unboxing. Okay, before we get to this CGC unboxing, let's see what kind of information we can dig out about this CBCS 9.0 we got over here. You just simply grab your phone, you scan the QR code in the back of the CBCS slab. I always thought that was so cool, very cool actually. And then bam, just like magic, it appears on your phone. And let's see what kind of information we found on this CBCS slab. Let's read the grader's notes. Okay, so it's Voltron Issue 1 First Appearance Modern. It's a certified 9.0 with off-white to white pages. And the reader's notes read like this. Spine stress does not break color. Light cover bends, light creases, and tiny tear left back cover edge. Interesting. Well, let's take an actual look at the slab and see if we can see any of those defects mentioned in the grader's notes. Okay, first let's start off with the label. Again, it's a certified 9.0 off-white to white pages. Publisher Modern, came out in 1985. Cover art by Mac Fury, art by Dick Ayers, story by Henry Vogel. It's the first appearance of Voltron in comic book form, based on the 1981 Japanese anime Beast King Go Lion. Wow, that's great. Okay, now let's see if I can find really quick any of these defects that were mentioned by CBCS grader's notes. Spine stress does not break color. I'm going to actually use the flashlight on my phone to take a really close look at it. Let me tell you, I can't even see any of that spine stress that's mentioned here. I mean, if it is there, it definitely does not break the color from what I can see. Light cover bends. I don't know if I see any cover bends or a slight dip in the cover or wave. I mean, I guess you could say there might be something there. I really can't see it. Yeah, and as far as that final thing, light crease and tiny tear left back cover edge, I do see something. Looks like a light crease to a very light tick mark that does not break the color on the spine. And to me, this book is pretty damn flawless, and I wouldn't say it was graded accurately by CBCS, because I feel like this book should have graded much higher. It presents better than it grades. To me, this presents far higher than a 9.0, and I feel like CBCS did a great job with the grading. The book that's been encapsulated is gorgeous. It's pretty flawless looking to me. I'm really happy with this 9.0, as I would be a 9.6 to a 9.8, because I feel like that's what I got. I really don't see any of these light spine stress that does not break the color, light cover bend, light crease and tiny tear left back cover edge. I can hardly see any of those complaints or defects. My biggest complaint with this book is that it wasn't perfectly centered. The cover wasn't perfectly centered. So you have some of the cover. I don't know if you can see it. I'll give you guys a close-up of it when we do a further comparison. But you can see some of the front cover kind of leaks into the back cover. And just slightly, some of the edge slightly pours over into the back. But besides that, it's pretty centered. It's like 98% perfectly centered. That would be another my new complaint about this book. This book is just gorgeous, and I'm really happy with. This was my first CBCS book ever. I did the unboxing for this at Collect and Reflect. Please check out my video and check out my homeboys at Collect and Reflect. They're doing great and big things over there. And I did the unboxing, and I'm just as happy with this book as I did, you know, on the day of the unboxing. It's a gorgeous book, and the color is, all the colors are vibrant. The whites are really white. It's got white pages, off whites or white pages. Real happy with this book, and I got it for a great deal. So let's get to that CGC unboxing. Okay, got the package right here, and I have to say I love it that he shipped it inside of a box. That is to me the perfect package. I ended up buying another Voltron issue 1 First Appearance, and I ended up getting a really great deal on the CGC 9.0, and in the back of my head it just kept bothering me, just kept bugging me, like which one is going to look better, the CGC 9.0 or the CBCS 9.0? Is the CBCS grader more strict than the CGC grader? And I just couldn't let it go of it, and I was like, I had to see if it was going to look better or not, and I ended up finding a CGC 9.0 for the same price that I paid for the CBCS 9.0. So I was like, I might as well go for it. And if anything, I just have an extra Voltron issue 1 First Appearance. And if there's one that I'm not happy with, maybe you'll see it on eBay. Indie Key Comics. All right, so let's check it out. Ooh, he did a lot of popcorn. Tons of popcorn happening over here. And really well protected, very well protected. He added the bubble wrap, the big bubble wrap, which is what you need for these slabs. Let's toss this over here. And that's this. Did a really good job with the packaging. And I have to say, this is, you know, oh my gosh, this is a pretty beautiful book. This book, and I don't know if when they're grading the books, I'm not sure. I'm not a grader, so I'm not sure if they put into account, is the book perfectly centered, if they hold that against the book or not. I'll have to look into that. If you do know if they hold that against the grading or not, let me know down below in the comments. But this book is perfectly centered, so that's not being held against it. The white parts of this book it's really white, and the colors are really vibrant and popping. Yeah, this book is looking simply gorgeous to me. It avoids what I hate the most, which is any sort of stress mark or tick marks or crease or bend, whatever you want to call it, anything that breaks the color on the spine. That's the thing I want to avoid the most when it comes to condition. There's a few other things that I could look past, like a slight wave or bend in the cover or on the book. Things that could be pressed out. You know, any of those kind of defects, I can kind of look past those things. But this book is really making me feel like I got like a 9.4 to a 9.8. It's just looking gorgeous, and I don't see any sort of defects on the book. But again, I'm no grader. I do see on the back cover that maybe the white on the back cover, these parts right here, not as white as they should be. I'm not sure if that's dirt or foxing, but it's definitely something there that doesn't let the white stand out as white as it should be. And maybe again I see like a slight wave in the book, or like definitely on the top edge over here. I was seeing maybe this little wave or ripple. Definitely a wave. But overall, the book to me again presents higher than it grades. Yeah, so when I was searching for this book on eBay, I was searching for a book that graded a 9.0 to a 9.4 that presented better than what it actually graded at an affordable price. And with these two books, I feel like that's what I accomplished. I got both books at a great price, a great deal. And both books look gorgeous. Both books present better than what they graded, better than a 9.0, at least to me. And but let's see what the CGC graders notes say. Okay. Voltron issue 1, issue date 1985, publisher was Modern Pub, grade was a 9.0. This one, the CGC version does have white pages, so it does have that over the CBCS slab. And unfortunately, there are no graders notes available. And that is the difference from CGC to CBCS. CBCS, all you do is take out your phone, you scan that QR code, 2 seconds later, all the information about the comic book appears, all the graders notes, and it's free, most of all. And with this book, maybe it's because I'm not a member, and you have to be a member to get the information, but there's no graders notes on it. And the only notes is that there are 60 9.0s on census, and there are 702 Voltron issue 1 first appearance that grade higher than a 9.0. That's not too bad. That's not too many of them out there. And again, purchasing it at a 9.0 to a 9.4 is much cheaper and much more affordable than a 9.6 to a 9.8 of this book. And I think it's worth it to get it as a 9.0 to a 9.4 when you find it for a great price, you find it for a great deal, and it presents better than it actually graded. And in my opinion, both of these books, again, presented better than graded. So let me take a look at this book one more time and see if I find any defects before I give you my final decision on this comparison. And again, I'm not seeing anything on the spine, no stress mark or tick marks, anything that breaks the color at all. See like a little dimple of something on the spine, but nothing that anyone will complain about. I'm just real picky. I don't know if there's like a slight wave or... Yeah, I would say the book lays pretty flat. And definitely 3 out of the 4 corners are really, really sharp. This upper left corner isn't the sharpest. As far as the back, again, I see some of that fonting or dirty look on the white parts. Doesn't let the white really stand out the way it should. But again, the colors on the book are pretty vibrant and popping. And I do see like one little wave on the top edge. But besides that, looks pretty damn good to me. I would have gave it a 9.2 to a 9.4 at the very least. Let's take a look at both books. Okay, so let's give you guys a closer look of the book. Let's start off with the CGC 9.0. If you take a look, book is looking pretty flawless. Like I said, 3 out of the 4 corners, really, really sharp. I don't see any sort of stress marks or tick marks on the book. Anything that breaks the color on the spine. The whites are really white on the front cover, and the colors are really, really popping and vibrant, I have to say. Like I said, I'm really, really pleased and real happy with this front cover. This front cover to me presents like a 9.2 to a 9.4 at the least. I see a slight dip over here, a wave. Not really sure if you can see that on camera, but it still looks like it lays pretty flat to me. I'm just real picky about even the most minute thing. Now on the back, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on camera, but like I said, the whites aren't the whitest on the back cover. The colors are still popping and vibrant, but the whites have like some sort of stain on it. But I'm going to say, and since like it's consistently around the whole back cover of the book, I'm going to say it's foxing, but I'm not really sure. It could just be simple aging on the white part of the book. But it's definitely something that stains it that's not aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But I would still say, as you can see, this book is gorgeous, it's beautiful. I would still say this book presents far better than a 9.0 like a 9.2 to a 9.4. And I love the condition of this book and the way it presented. It's a gorgeous book. And I'm really happy with it and really pleased. And I find it aesthetically pleasing. Now, to the next book, the CBCS Voltron Issue 1, First Appearance 9.0. And like I said, this book also looks gorgeous. And it's a beautiful book. And I'm just as happy as I was of the day of the unboxing with this book. I'm really happy with it, really pleased. And the whites are pretty white, not as white as the white on the CGC book. The corners, I would say 2 out of 4 corners are pretty sharp, and the other ones are slightly dulled. Yeah, that's the most I could say. They're not too bad. Maybe it's slightly rounded, but overall pretty good. The corner, the book looks like it lays flat. This book also looks like it suffers from like a slight wave or dip or curve on the book, but it still looks like it lays about 99% flat. It's another minute complaint. Let me check out the back. Now, as far as the back goes, some of the front cover did leak onto the back, did kind of spill over slightly onto the back. Not much, slightly poured over. But the whites on this back cover, I would have to say are much wider than the Voltron issue 1 that's in the CGC slab. And I don't see anything that makes the book look dirty or looks like it would be suffering from foxing. It looks really, really white. Not really white, but definitely off-white. Minus any of that dirt or foxing looking stuff. Again, I could see like maybe a slight curve or wave or bend in the book, but this is from like 1984, 85. But overall, the condition of this book is also great. And it's making it really, really difficult on which one I would say looks better of the two. You can't go wrong either way. Either way, you're a winner if you got one of these books. Like I said, this book to me also is very aesthetically pleasing. It looks like it should have graded much higher than it received. I think this book could have easily scored a 9.2 to a 9.6. I really can't see anything, not even the slightest dimple or crease or tick mark on the spine. The spine is flawless. I have to say that this book, I think the CBCS 9.0 looks and presents better than the CGC in some ways. Like again, this one does have the white pages. This one has the off-white to white pages. This one is more centered. And I'm not sure if the colors look more popping and vibrant in the CGC slab, because the CGC slab is like a lot shinier and like better quality. And I think the CBCS slab is it's a nice thick slab, sturdy slab. Both of them feel very sturdy. But I have to say this one's a little bit duller. And because of that, I think the slab alone makes the book present and look better. So I'm going to say the winner in this comparison is the CG. I would go with, if you're going to buy a book, and they're the same grade, and one is CGC and one is CBCS, and you're not sure which one to go with, I would go with the CGC. Not only because it looks and presents better, but I think they hold better value, and you'll get your money's worth in the future. But as far as the condition and the grade, it's very close. I think this one, the colors are slightly not as poppin' or vibrant, but again, it could be because of the material used for the slabs. But it's a close race. But okay, so what's my final decision on this comparison? They both have their ups and downs and their plus and their minuses. Like I said, the CBCS book over here, the back cover is really white. Colors are pretty popping and vibrant. The back cover of this CGC book, not so white, a little bit of staining or foxing. It looks like the colors are still, you know, very vibrant and popping. This one has the white pages. This one has the off-white to white pages. The CGC book, the front cover presents a lot better to me. Not only does it have the white pages, but it has the perfectly centered cover. This one, the cover is not so centered. So it makes it really, really tough to decide on which book. It's a tough decision to make, and it's a tough comparison. I can't really say there's a winner. You have a winner if you got either book. There's no losers here. They both present well. Both companies did a great job on the grading. I thought both companies were a little bit harsh, a little bit strict on the grading. I thought both books presented much higher than they graded. I think both books could have got easily anywhere from a 9.2 to a 9.6, and I believe both books with a pressing and a cleaning would have definitely scored a 9.2 to a 9.6. But to me, I'm gonna go with, if you want the better deal with a book that grades, you know, that has an excellent grade on it, and that will probably present better than what it grades, and you're getting your bang for your buck and your money's worth and a great deal, you go with the CBCS. You're probably going to find the same exact book at $50 to $100 cheaper, maybe even more. And but to me, the slight edge goes to CGC. If you want that book that is just absolutely perfect, the only thing I'm upset about with CGC is that, you know, you can't access the grader's notes unless you're a member. But besides that, the book is absolutely gorgeous. You feel confident that the book is perfect. You feel confident that the book is going to have great resale value on the aftermarket. And I just think a CGC graded book holds more value throughout time, you know, on the retail market. And I'm going to go with CGC. And I'm not saying that I'm going to get rid of my CBCS book. I'm not sure if I'm ready to let go of it. They both might go into the PC. But I'm happy with both companies, both grades. And so I'm going to have to say the winner, with slight advantages like white pages and the cover that presents better. I think the front cover was just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. It's going to have to go to CGC hands down. And I just love the way the book presents the slab, the shininess of the slab. I feel like the slab is like better quality, better shine to it. It just makes the book appear like, just the overall appearance on the book is just gorgeous in this slab. So I'm gonna have to give it to CGC hands down. And that's it for this premiere episode. And click like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think on this topic. What do you think is the better company? CGC, CBCS? Do you go with CBCS over CGC? Let me know down below. I would love to hear what you think. And that's it. All right.